And we are live. Good evening, folks. Mobile Giza here with Will from the Will Channel. Well, I guess I should say it right. It's not the Will Channel. It's just Will. He
Yeah,
likes
what's
to
going on,
confuse us.
George?
um, yeah, I sent out the link as soon as I got it up at over half an hour ago. And so we're here like we are every Friday night to talk about a little tech and some stories from the week. And if you want to follow me, of course, you're here at my Mobile Visa channel. If you want to donate, you can do that too right here.
Yep, super
I'm
chat is open.
exactly, it's open. And if you want to follow my articles, my website is mobilegiza.wordpress.com. And of course, I am on Instagram, Google Plus, Twitter, and Facebook. So, Will, you want to introduce yourself, say
What's going
anything?
on, everybody? Starting a little late today. I have some running around to do with my kids. But we got about an hour. We can squeeze some news in. See if
Exactly.
anybody got anything.
All right, so let's get started. And Will, I'll let you take the first story.
All right, first one we got coming up in what is it? A little under 2 weeks. LG G40.
No. The New York event is next Wednesday.
Oh, it's before the Pixel.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's really. Oh, wow, that's that's really
That's
soon. All right.
close.
Well,
That's
yeah,
why I picked it.
The LG G40. Oh yeah, October 3rd. October 3rd.
Yep.
Big story with this phone is going to be first phone I believe with 5 cameras on it, 3 in the back. Most likely it's going to have the standard, the wide angle, and I guess we're still waiting to find out what the last one is because they haven't really said.
Yeah,
Um,
nobody seems to know what that last camera is going to do.
Hopefully it's like a monochrome or something. I hope, but you never know. And then the 2 on the front for the selfie cam. I think it's gonna have a OLED display, 6.4-inch screen, a notch, unfortunately, fingerprint scanner on the back. Um, Most likely it'll come with LG's 2-year warranty. That's been their new thing they've been doing. Um, I seen on the article that you got here, George. They're saying something about colors are going to be platinum gray, Moroccan blue, carmine red, and LG
Yeah, I
hints
don't
at
know
the
what.
phone having a soft touch back. But based on
Yeah,
the leaks, looks like the back is glass. So I don't know if
yeah. So
maybe
no,
they're going to have a leather model or something like
I don't know. Nobody seems to know what that soft touchback even means.
yeah, I don't know. And if they stick to what they've been doing, they'll have wireless charging, headphone
Yeah.
jack, the DAC. So I mean, it's going to come with a lot. The problem for me is going to be the price because I'm sure, like the article was saying, the let me see, LG's prices have been the V10 was 600, the V20 was 830. That's a crazy jump. The
Yep.
V30 was 800. The
I have that.
V30s was 930, and
It's
then the
ridiculous.
V35 was 900. So this one is
Right.
most likely going to be $1,000.
You know,
But
I don't think anybody's expecting any less.
typical LG to me, I wouldn't buy it until about 4 months. They'll be giving away a TV, refrigerator, stove, something
Well,
to
yeah,
make you buy it.
and they said mysteriously there's a date somewhere that they mentioned of November or something. So they're thinking this is going to be typical LG. They're going to
Yeah,
announce
they're
it on
going to talk
October
about it
3rd.
and release it once the XR is out. The Google Pixel's
Yeah,
already shipping, and
yeah, exactly.
Samsung is already about to release their new S10, and then they'll put it out. Oh, LG.
Yeah, which is what how LG always shoots themselves in the foot.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, see what he said. Give it a week, get it for half price on Swapper. Yeah, that's usually how it
Exactly.
goes. You wait a couple
Yeah,
minutes for LG, and the phone is they're giving it away. They'll be giving you the phone.
yeah.
And it's a shame because they put great, their cameras are usually good. I love the wide angle, but
Yeah, so do I.
they can't get it together. They're
No.
a mess, man. It's a shame. It's really hopefully the battery's better to me. That's my problem with LG. I would love to get an LG phone, but their battery
Well,
is
I don't have any problems with my
yeah,
G30 or my G6.
you and Mike always do good with the battery. But when it comes to me, man, my battery never never lasts like the other phones I
That's
have.
right. You had all kinds of battery. Well, I guess they're out to get you specifically. I don't blame them.
Yeah, maybe they're out to get me, man. That might be what it is. They might be just after me.
I'm just sliding down this article. I think you pretty much covered everything in here, right?
But we'll see. It sucks though, because I'm telling you, they're gonna put it out, and then it'll be discounted severely in a couple weeks, and they're gonna get overshadowed. You already know the iPhone XR is gonna be the dominating thing for the first
Oh yeah, that's gonna outsell everything. You can
2-3
count on it.
weeks, and then the Pixel will bring up the rear. The Pixel is gonna just be in the news because of how ugly it is. But
You're gonna buy it though.
you know what, George? I probably will, but I don't know. I'm telling you, the camera's gonna have to be amazing, or I ain't buying it. I won't.
But the Pixel's got, it's going to have an amazing camera. Now, what I'm interested to see
Yeah,
is the
but
6T.
it's not gonna have a zoom lens. That's the thing. It's not gonna have zoom or none of that. I might as well go get a 6T.
Yeah,
for
but
the price.
let's say it had wide angle. Wouldn't that be better than a zoom?
But
It is to me.
it's not gonna have wide angle though.
Yeah.
It's already the one camera. Like they already, everything's known already.
Yeah,
it's kind
that's
of
true.
like it's kind of like
everybody's saying the Pixel leaks have been more than any leaks they've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's boring. That's the thing. It's kind of boring. So it's like I can stick with the 2 and be fine and just keep the money in my pocket. But I mean, I
keep the money in your pocket. You'll go out and buy something else.
I did it with the iPhone.
Well, that's true.
Still got my iPhone 10. No issues.
Well, another month, I guess I'll be doing FaceTime with you, which I've never done in my life.
Oh man, George. Yeah. They got to push out that 12.1. We could do the FaceTime. We got to get the group FaceTime. Me, you, and Mike. We got 3 of us on the FaceTime.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I do get mine, I'll make sure I bring my apple juice for the show.
Yeah, that's gonna be a special show. That's gonna be a special show when you do. Oh man. Yep, and you saw Jay Will went all in, man. He went and got the Pixel Buds, the AirPods.
Yeah.
The next thing he's gonna do, I seen in the video, he said his Apple Watch was sitting on the drawer or something, collecting dust. He gonna break that back out next.
And then he's gonna get the 10R also, so he'll have the big one and the.
He's gonna 10R. Be all in on the iPhone. That's what we got to get you at, George.
But if you watched his videos on the on the 10s Max, he really seems to like this iPhone. Seems like more than any other iPhone he's had, and he seems to be saying it's because of the size of the screen, which a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, the camera is really good. The camera is better. The camera is better.
Yeah.
They're saying it's not as good as the Pixel 2, but everybody's saying it's better. So,
that's true.
And the camera is good. So
all the ones I've seen, what I've seen, the pictures look outstanding, but they're all saying not quite up to the Pixel 2. But it seems like it's up with everything else.
Yeah.
A couple of them I seen comparing with the Note 9. Well, some of the iPhone pictures were better than the Note 9. So.
To me, Samsung is they're going to be in third. But the thing I'm wondering, the difference is this year, Apple kind of got hammered for basically not coming with nothing too big. And this is going to be Google's first year where basically you're getting an S release. Like it's nothing major.
Right.
So I want to see if they're able to come with something at least to make it a little more worth it. Because to me, the iPhone wasn't an upgrade that was worth it to me, going from the 10 to the 10S and it's looking like the Pixel's really not going to be worth it either, honestly.
Well, with all the fake crap that's been around the Pixel and the stolen phone.
all that stuff's real. That Pixel's coming out. It's going to be with the notch, all in live.
All I'm thinking is maybe, just maybe, Google has some surprise.
They ain't got no surprise, man. That thing is coming out with that ugly notch, with the face on the front, with the one camera on the back, with them same 3 colors. It's going to be the same. It's going to it's not even going to be a letdown at this point because everybody knew. So. Well,
everybody does know, that's for sure.
See, okay, Six Louise said everybody wants a big canvas and the speakers. See, this is my problem. This is my problem with the iPhone doing the thing. I had the 7 Plus. The phone
Right.
was huge and it wasn't great to hold, but you get used to it. You had better battery life. There's no
Right.
way I'm buying another phone that's going to give me the same experience that I'm having now with
Yeah.
only like an hour better battery, the same software that I'm getting. The
And
camera's a
this
little
is
better,
right.
but they didn't do nothing to take advantage of all that screen. Like I'm going
And
to be
that's what
uncomfortable
Jay
holding
Williams
it
said too.
with
Yeah.
nothing extra. You didn't give
But
me no kind of nothing to make me wanna, you know what I mean? To make me
yeah.
wanna say this was worth it. No multi-window, no,
Right.
you know. And you
Well,
already
you're
know Apple's not gonna give you nothing. They're not gonna
right.
do nothing. There's nothing coming in a software update in 2 months.
But
They're not
but
gonna bring
from
it.
but from their point of view, the XX, the 10X Max, that's giving you something. And let's face it, a lot of people seem to be agreeing with them.
Nah, George. George, it's not. Everybody who thinks it's giving you something extra, they gotta admit to themselves that it's giving you a bigger screen.
Well,
It's
that's
giving
but
you
yeah, but
it's
a lot
giving
of
you it's
people
giving you
love
a bigger
it.
it's giving you a bigger screen, but you're not getting no
No, they
usefulness.
have the same complaints you do about no split
Yeah,
screen and
there's no usefulness out of the screen. It's just making the phone big and uncomfortable just for the sake of having a big screen. You might as well get an iPad.
we got Samsung Knights in here.
What?
He says Samsung Knights Legend 2 says OnePlus 6T is going to embarrass the Pixel
Oh,
3
here
and
we
3
go.
XL. Well, I
There we
mean, at
go.
least he's saying something good about OnePlus. I'm down with that.
Yeah, you know the you know. Anyway, what's the next
Yeah.
topic we got, George?
All right, next thing is it's not a phone topic, but it's certainly a tech topic. Elon Musk is being sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for fraud. And this shocked me. This came out yesterday, I think. And turns out, I'm looking at the story as I'm going down. Turns out, I guess back in July, I'm trying to find, I read this yesterday, that Elon Musk tweeted out something about taking Tesla private again. And I guess where he screwed up in his tweet, he said at a proposed price of $420 per share. Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission is saying he's the head of a company and he's also a big public figure, which means he's got to be responsible in what he says, including what he tweets. So I gather this $420 per share price that he came up with, he just pulled that right out of the air.
Well, they said that it was something to make his girlfriend laugh. You know, 420 is like the marijuana. It's like the
Yeah,
marijuana.
and
That's where I think he pulled that from.
and as soon as I read that, I thought of the picture that everybody saw, the video with him doing the blunt.
Yeah, yeah.
And to me, that was the first time I had ever seen Elon Musk in a light that I not only didn't find flattering to him, he just looked bad in that video,
But you
in
know
my
what? Though
opinion.
I don't. He was to me that was dumb. I haven't really been following what's going on. But
Right.
why would he do that? Knowing because all right, you got to catch me up.
Go
That
ahead.
company is not publicly traded yet, right?
Yeah, it is.
So why would you do that?
Because he's talking about taking it private again with some
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, but until you do that, why would you
publicly
do
tweet
that with
about
all
it.
those people's money? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And on top of it, he tweeted this out without the knowledge of any of the
Mm-hmm.
shareholders or the board of. He did this on his own. Now, so you're taking this major company and you're saying, I'm thinking about taking it private without even talking to the board or
Why
your
you're getting-
shareholders and
why
talking
you're-
about, selling it, making it private with a Saudi Arabian company, wealth fund. And, what the Security and Exchange Commission wants to do is have him taken off the board. They don't want him running this company. Maybe they have the power to do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's
to me, following up that, smoking that marijuana in that video, as bad as he looked, and then you follow it up with a stupid tweet like this and a tweet that's also mentioning pot, something is very wrong here, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see what happens. But
Yeah, I have always seen him
We'll
as
see
one of the
some truth.
most smartest, one of my most admired business people. But something is seriously wrong with this man's head at this point, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe he's smoking more than just pot. I don't know. But it just seems very weird that this brilliant guy who also owns SpaceX, which I think is one of the best companies in the world,
Yeah,
where the heck is he headed? You know,
he's going to space.
if I were on his board of directors, I'd want him pulled down. And I'm serious.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what they're gonna try to do, but
Yeah, they can't stop him from owning the company, but they can sure stop him from being
yeah,
the public face of the company, I guess. So
yeah,
anyway,
that's
this is all going to be battled out in court, and I think he has done some serious damage to his reputation, both with the public and with his own company. That's my opinion.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad.
It's it's crazy thinking all the people put their money in it, and but,
Yeah, and you don't even tell him. I'm thinking about taking
yeah,
this
he's
money,
not
and
even.
I'm going to
He
take
didn't even
this
say
money
what
to the
he's
Saudi
doing.
Arabia company, but I'm not discussing with any of you people. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess to be rich and famous, George.
Well, he's getting carried away. You know, it's
Yeah,
like he's taking Mark Cuban to another level. You know?
yeah. Mark Cuban ain't doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alan from Forbes Tech Reviews is in here. Debris Sabri is in here. He's saying the dude is a billionaire. He can smoke as much high grade as he wants. Well, that's true. And he said it ain't even illegal. I'm not having a problem with his smoking. I've had a problem with how he made himself look on camera, and it didn't look good at all. You know, JQ's in here. Hi, JQ. So, all right, next story. You want to do the Google's 20th birthday story?
Yeah, well, it's Google's 20th birthday. They had an article basically going over like a timeline of the events.
And that was a really good article because they did it historically.
Yeah, they were showing you how the first, the two people owned it, and then they went ahead and how they made the first doodle when they were basically leaving it unmanned for a day or something like that.
Yeah.
Where they had to leave it. Yeah, and they put the
they
doodle
had to be out of the office and they weren't going to be there, so they came up with a doodle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Then the sale and the company, would they try to sell it for $750,000?
I'm trying to get this article up and it's fighting me because I've got too many windows open at this. Well, it started off with Google search, and then the next thing down, Excite, which back in the 90s was a big time search company. They wanted to buy them. I've got ads popping up.
I think it was $750,000. I think they offered.
I thought it was more,
which is nothing. Or they tried to sell it for $750, something like that. Yeah, which is nothing compared to what it's worth now. That's why it's pretty funny.
I'm trying to find that price. My computer's acting stupid.
Let me see. Were you looking for the one that Excite tried to buy it for?
Yeah.
Yeah, $750.
Okay.
Excite offered Google $750,000. Yeah.
And
they turned it down. They said it was
flat out no. Page and Brin said, forget that. And now the company is worth.
Oh well, no. What happened is they tried to sell it for $750, and Excite said that was too much. That's what.
That's what it is. Yeah,
that's what happened. Yeah.
And now
they said it was too much.
$825 billion.
Yeah. But you know what? I wonder. It probably would have went different if they bought it. So I guess it's better they didn't.
Oh yeah.
It might have went the way of Excite and turned out to be nothing. But yeah, that was a pretty good article. They went on to talk about the first Android phone and
And then when Google became a verb because nobody says I'm going to go search, I'm going to go Google it.
Yeah, they said that was on Buffy, the first one of the episodes of Buffy. That was the first time somebody used it as a. Yeah, that's crazy.
And in 2002, they were making $240 million a year, and Yahoo was making $837 million a year. So Yahoo tried to buy it for $3 billion, And Page and Brin both said, no, we want 5 billion. And Yahoo said, no. And where's Yahoo today?
Yeah, right.
Hanging on by a thread.
Now, speaking on that, George, did you see let me see, Apple. Google pays Apple, I think it's 9 billion a year.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
I'm
to
looking at
still be
what you sent me. Yeah,
yeah,
to
to
remain the
still be,
default search engine in Safari. I didn't know they were the default search engine in Safari.
you know, when the iPhone came out, they were the default everything, the maps,
Oh, I didn't know that.
YouTube. Yeah, well, YouTube was on there, but I guess Google didn't own it then. But they were the maps. Google Maps was the default because it came
Right.
installed on it.
Yeah.
YouTube and the search, and then I think something happened where Apple started like giving you a choice. You know what I mean? Because you can still go into the settings and change it to
Right.
a
Well,
different search if you want.
I remember when Apple Maps came out, and everybody that I knew that had an iPhone hated Apple Maps. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they just put they just now they're allowing they just updated it like a week ago. CarPlay, and you can use Google Maps or Waze, which is new for Apple's,
Right.
in the car system. And there was an article. Basically, they were saying that it's lacking. I think I sent it to you. It's lacking some of the stuff because of how strict Apple is with how they want their thing to look. Like you can't use Siri.
They're saying Apple makes it look so much the way they want it to look that it seems,
it's like you're using Apple Maps
seems to hardly work at all in CarPlay.
And you like some of the features they took out of it. Like I don't know if you ever used Android Auto, but you can hold the thing on your steering wheel and say, take me to whatever, and it'll hear you and navigate. You can't do that on Google Maps on CarPlay because Apple doesn't let Siri, dictate directions and stuff. Like they didn't let it integrate with their system. So it's kind of
really dumb because I'm so spoiled with I drive for Enterprise. Anytime I don't know where to go, Google gets me there, and I just say, take me to this address, and boom,
Yeah, you would have to. I think you have to tap the screen and do it or something.
Yeah, they haven't some tapping no screen, man.
Not when you're driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apple, they got to be in control.
Exactly. So I just hope they find some way to update the maps.
I don't know. I think this might be as good as we're gonna get for a while.
Yeah.
Look how long it took for them to allow Google to even be a part of CarPlay. So
yeah, that's true. So
all
right. I'm still going down to 20th birthday. So then the
okay.
next thing that came out was Gmail. Okay, and it was in beta for 5 years when it finally went stable on July 7, 2009. And we all know Gmail today, don't we?
Yeah, Gmail's just pretty big. They got a little bit of people.
Yeah.
They got a little bit of people. Yeah. Huge.
And the next thing on the history was when Google went public, which was in 2004, and it started at $85 a share and raised $1.9 billion. Today, Google stocks at $1,200 per share and has a market cap of $825 billion. That's amazing.
$1,200 a share.
And people wonder why I'm a Google fanboy. There you go.
Well, I don't know, George. Maybe next month they might change that.
Well, if you think
this month, a couple
will ever do will stop me from Google, being a Google fanboy, you got another thing coming. I had not only admired Google and Apple because of their capitalism in the way they do business. I also admire Google, and I guess Apple does it to some degree too. But to me, I think Google has more projects just to help people and for no other reason than any company I ever heard of.
What do you mean? Like maps and all that?
No. I mean projects that they don't make any money from.
Oh, okay.
They just start just to help people with a disease, to help people get Wi-Fi somewhere in the world where they can't get. I don't know any other company that to me is as good-hearted as Google, as rich as they are, and as good at making money as they are. But I also think they're good at just being good. That's
Don't
just my
say that,
opinion.
because then they're gonna tell you about China.
Yeah, and well, yeah, and then they're going to tell us about the contract with the military. But of course, I'm a military supporter, so I don't have any problem with that. So
Yes,
that's just me. But anyway, nothing I can think of could possibly stop me from being a Google fanboy. And even if I fall in love with Apple, you know.
Yeah. This is gonna be an interesting next couple weeks, George.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Let's see.
man.
Next history, they bought YouTube in 2006 for 1.6 billion. Talk about making your money back.
Yeah,
This is
real
now
quick.
the second biggest search engine in the world after Google. You know.
Yeah. Yep. That was
Uh,
they made their money back real fast on YouTube.
yeah. And now they had Google Docs in 2006. And the very first Android device was the HTC Dream.
And Google Docs
T-Mobile.
for some people replaces Word and all,
Oh yeah, that's
with the
true.
suite
That's
that
true.
they
It
come
did
with.
for me for a while. It did for me for a while.
Yeah.
And I use Google Docs like every Sunday when I do my Giza Bits. All that stuff is in Google Docs.
Yeah.
And then the next thing on the history was Google Chrome. I guess that was September of 2008. And I have to tell you, as a Google fanboy, when Google Chrome took over as the #1 browser, I thought that was so cool. Plus, Microsoft was #1 for so long.
Yeah, yeah, Explorer and all that. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, then they're
Netscape.
talking about.
Wow, I'm looking in the chat. Big Dog said he
Okay.
remembers Netscape.
Oh yeah, I used to use Netscape back in the day.
Yep, Netscape Navigator.
Yeah. I used to use that. Yeah.
Oh man, yep. Netscape Navigator.
And Alta Vista. I used to use Alta Vista all the time. That's true.
Dang, yeah, Netscape.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, computers used
And
to
then
look
they're
crazy.
going down the history to the Nexus 1, which was 2010, in partnership with HTC. They've done a lot of stuff with HTC over the years, haven't they?
Yeah, and HT, you would think HTC would be in a better position than they are, but they just
Yeah, and they keep getting worse,
yeah,
position-wise,
yeah,
not phone-wise. And then they changed the Android market to Google Play. I remember when they did that.
yeah.
And then they said Google Glass becomes a lightning rod. Yeah, that's right, because Google Glass had all kinds of people complaining about it and getting filmed when they didn't know it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well, the way they priced that, they just did that to experiment and come up with ideas and get data. Because
Yeah, I guess so, because
they knew
I
that
was
thing
never
wasn't gonna take off.
I was never going to buy that.
I seen one on Swap a couple months ago. It was still like $1,400.
You kidding? Still?
Yeah, somebody was selling it. Yeah, it was like $1,400.
What is that? Isn't that only $100 from the original price?
Yeah, I think they had like different models. I think they said it was like an Explorer model. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they went on to mention Alphabet, and then OK Google, which Google Assistant became the big deal in 2016. I guess officially that's when it became a big deal. And that's pretty much all the article says, and it talks about what's coming up in the next 20 years. But I guess they don't have something to look into the future any more than I do. So we'll find out.
Well, they'll add on to it in a couple of weeks. They'll add on Pixel.
Well, that's true. That
Pixel
is true.
3 and the notch and all that. Oh man.
Yeah, I won't be buying one, but all I have to do is look at your channel and I'll find one. I'm sure. Yeah.
I think George. I think I'm gonna get it. I think so.
Okay, there you go. See, I know you.
I think so, but you never know. I might change my mind at the last minute.
Well,
I didn't buy the iPhone, George, and that camera's better.
Tell me what Pixel you haven't bought.
Well, they only had 2 of them, though.
Well,
but I didn't buy the iPhone.
But I remember last year you were saying you weren't going to get the Pixel 2.
I was just playing.
Yeah, okay. I
was just playing last year.
Okay. Were one thing about old folks versus young folks, me versus you. If I say I'm not buying it, you can bet I'm not buying it.
I was just playing. That's all. I was just playing with you, man.
Easy to. I'm easily fooled. I'm very gullible. That's true.
They came with the water resistance, so
Yeah, which is good. All right, next up, you take the Huawei story.
what do we? Oh, with the cheating on the.
Again, yes.
Oh, who was it? Huawei and
This
well,
time it's
bunch of them
Huawei
this
and
time.
Oppo. Yeah.
They're the ones who got caught, but they show on the testing. They showed a lot of them.
No, but Huawei and Oppo were cheating on benchmarks really badly. I mean, they're like doubling their scores, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't really take too much. Put too much.
But look at the companies. But look at the companies that didn't cheat.
Samsung, yeah,
exactly.
I thought OnePlus would have been one of the ones that got caught.
Well, no, but they don't cheat. And which is kind of funny because Oppo's cheating, you would think OnePlus would do whatever Oppo's doing. But
that's what I thought. So I was interested to see where they fell at, but they were right where they were. They stayed. But yeah, it looks like they got caught cheating again on the benchmarks and
right.
Antutu, right? They basically made another. Which one?
Well, what the article says is that it seems like Oppo and Huawei know certain apps that are benchmark apps, and as soon as the software sees that app start, everything gets jacked up.
Yeah, they make it run better. But what they did was they basically changed the name of it. It's the same test. They put a different name.
Use a different version, so the phones didn't know it was a benchmark app.
Yeah, so when they ran it, like the phones that when they put the different app on there, the scores were like double what they were when they were able to cheat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
I'm looking at it now. The Honor 10, the P20
almost double.
The Oppo Find X.
Yeah, and the Oppo Find X is, I'd say, a third higher than it should be. But that's pathetic, man.
But the ones that scored the same, I was surprised too, though.
They were totally honest. Nokia 7 Plus, Redmi Note 5. So Nokia,
the Poco phone.
Nokia, Xiaomi, Samsung, and OnePlus, they're all straight up.
All were the same. Samsung was exact. OnePlus was just about exact.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, they all stayed the same, which is crazy. But it just shows you can't rely on those benchmarks at all.
But you know what this might say to people, and I'm just thinking about this. Just looking at these benchmarks, it probably tells us a lot about the kind of mind and philosophy behind the companies themselves. Because what this says to me about Samsung and OnePlus and Xiaomi is, you want a company you can trust? Look at what they do. And it says you want a company you can't trust, even though I love Huawei phones. Well, look at what they do,
Yeah, the Poco, loco for Poco. Yeah, Poco was on.
I mean, it kind of says a lot about the
Volkswagen.
Exactly. Volkswagen of phones. Very good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Except Volkswagen only got caught badly once. This is the second year in a row that Huawei's been nailed.
Yeah, this is getting funny now with them. This is every time.
Yeah.
You would think they would have, got their act together right now.
And you'd think Huawei, at least in this country, would want not to be seen because the government and most of the Congress can't stand them already, So. Well, at least ZTE wasn't in there.
Not yet. Well, they didn't test them, did they? I wonder if they tested them.
I don't know.
They probably didn't test them. Oh, man.
Okay. The next one is CarPlay, so I'll let you take that one also.
Oh, well, we touched on that one. Just with the CarPlay basically being different between Android Auto and the way Apple has it. Basically, when you open it up, you're looking at, it's basically Apple Maps again, but it's Google Maps, but they got it basically looking just like Apple Maps,
just like Apple
designed and all that. And then they stripped out some of the features that you find pretty much they're useful because you can't hold the button on your steering wheel to tell it to navigate, or
The biggest thing he said, there was one point he said when he is in navigation in Google Maps, it just freezes and won't do anything, and won't give him any more directions, won't do anything.
I didn't even see that part.
Yeah,
So
I
he said
saw
it was
that.
just freezing.
Yeah.
There must be bugs in it because I know it just released, George, days ago.
Yeah, and I mean that never happens on Android because I use Android at least every Wednesday, because on Wednesdays I'm actually picking up customers. You know, the enterprise will pick you up. Well, I have to use it to get to people's houses. Well, it never fails.
While we folks sleep well at night.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh man, yeah,
What's the old song by John Lennon? How do you sleep?
they must sleep pretty good, I guess.
I
They
guess.
cheating 2 years in a row.
Well, they make a lot of money. You got to give them that. I mean, they
sleep well in their
almost
they
everybody
sleep well
in
in their
China.
bed of money. Yeah. Man.
Okay.
I guess honesty don't pay to be honest, I guess. You know, people see the benchmark scores and that's how many videos come out and that's all it is a benchmark.
Well, maybe I'm a sucker, but I'll always think it pays to be honest. That's just
Yeah, you're just a good guy, George.
No, thanks, Mil. Mil just give me a donation. I like that.
There you go. Put that in the iPhone XR fund.
Hey, it's all going towards the channel. At this point, yeah, or any money I get for here the rest of the year is going for an iPhone or a OnePlus 6C, one or the other.
Let me see. I think we got a couple people in the room with an iPhone. We can go to the beauty mode.
Okay.
I'm sure. Let me see. I think Forbes, got an iPhone, and Shallow.
Yeah.
Any of y'all noticed the
Android Stud is in here. I'm going to see you soon, dude.
The beauty mode on the iPhone, is it getting on anybody's nerves on the new iPhone XS?
Yeah, let us know, because a lot of people in their videos are complaining about that they can't turn that beauty mode off. I know Danny Wingett, he complained about it. Jay Williams complained about it, and they say you can't turn it off. That's what's aggravating. You know?
I'm wondering why they went that way though, because I mean, if they paid attention, that's one of the things Samsung gets a lot of hate for. Exactly. A lot of people hate that on Samsung phones, and they even let you, I guess they call turning it off, but it doesn't really help that much. You know what I mean? You can't.
You're just saying you can turn it down, but not off.
You can turn it. I guess it looks better than it would look if you didn't turn it down. But
right.
Yeah.
Now I know the picture. I remember the picture that Danny Wingett showed with the beauty mode on that he didn't like, and yeah, it made his skin look like real smooth, like he.
Yeah, it looks good. Makes you look like
you look phony though, I guess. I mean, can you imagine a beauty mode on my 53-year-old face and making me look like I'm 40? It sounds stupid to me.
You might like it, Joy.
You
might like it. Take some years off. You never know.
One of the things I like about looking like me, all you have to do is look in my face and see what it's been through, and then go ahead and mess with me. You know, that's my attitude. Hey, I was raised in Hudson County, brother. Okay.
You might like that beauty mode. George, you know what? Android Stud. I don't know if you've seen his video. He's got he picked up a Note 9. He got a good deal on it too.
I saw that video yesterday.
Yeah, yes. He got a good deal on it.
Got it for $700 though. I mean, come on. Yeah.
You know what? They had a coupon code on eBay where you could get it for $744 for the Snapdragon, I think, and it was like $720 for the Exynos.
Yeah.
It was like what was it, 15% off? I think Munchie had a coupon.
Okay, well, I think Leo said he got it from a friend for $700. If I remember his video right. So
yeah, which is crazy because look how far that phone's been out for. What, a month? Look how far down the value went already.
Well, I wouldn't say that's how far down the value was going. I'm saying he just has a good friend and got a good deal. I don't think many other people are going to get it for $700. Do you? Well,
yeah, for him, yeah, he got a deal.
Yeah.
But from I know from eBay, I could have got it for $740.
Shallow Unicorn said, "Note 9 old news. Use it for a joint poster."
Oh man.
And Leo says, Android Stud says they put beauty mode on phones because there's some ugly people out there. Hey, I represent that. Cut it out.
Would you say you represent that?
That's what I said.
Oh, George is crazy.
When I was boxing a lot, sometimes people would ask me, why do I just stand there and take punches? I'm like, look at my face. Why would I care? I just go ahead and hit me. As long as I can hit you back, I'm good.
Oh, don't worry, Shallow. The S10 is coming, but wait, you gotta wait till LG announces the V40 and the Pixel comes out
And the 6C comes out.
Right before LG puts out their phone, the S10, the S10 will get a release date. So this way, nobody will buy the V40.
And it should be a new Mate coming out, shouldn't there, at some point? A Huawei Mate?
I don't know. All I've heard from them is the P20 Pro Leather. That's been like
last year's Mate came out, I think, in November. I got my Mate, and I think that came out in the first week of January. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still haven't bought a Huawei phone.
And you can't say the S10 is coming. You should say all of the S10s are coming. I mean, there's either 3 or 4.
Yeah, I heard there's 4, right?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Can't wait to see the prices on those.
Leo said eBay had a deal yesterday at $7.29 with the coupon. So, okay.
Yeah, it was 15% off. Yeah, Munchie had posted the coupon.
Okay.
Note 9 for $550.
Yeah.
Black Friday. He's saying on Black Friday. I thought
Munchie's like you. He knows how to find the deals, man.
Man, that's why you got to join Munchie's Telegram. He posts all kind of coupon codes and sales, everything.
Yeah,
he's got everything.
I'm losing out. I just follow him on YouTube.
Yeah, you gotta go on the Telegram. He posts coupons on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, do the red story, and then I'll do the eBay story following that.
The red story. Which one? The one I sent you?
Yeah, the hydrogen one.
Oh yeah. Well, basically they're giving you a free phone if you pre-order. It makes me wish I pre-ordered now. If you pre-ordered, it was that one,
$1,500.
Yeah, but if you pre-ordered that one, they'll send you the other model for free, and you don't got to return it.
Well, tell them about the other model.
What was the other one? A titanium?
It's aluminum.
Aluminum, yeah, you get the aluminum.
The original one is titanium.
I mean, I don't think I would. Let me see. I don't think I would buy it though, because the software has got to be pretty outdated. Trying to find it, George. Hold on.
And not only is this, to me, you're right about the software. Isn't this their very first phone?
Yeah, this is their first phone, and I think it has an 835.
I don't know that I'd want to buy a first gen phone for $1,600.
Yeah, but look, if you bought it with the deal they're giving you now, you're kind of paying $600 for it because you're gonna get 2 phones. If you pre-ordered the one, you know what I mean. You're getting 2 phones for who knows when your phone will come. But
yeah, because I guess I should try to explain what they're saying, folks. If you pre-ordered the $1,600 titanium red hydrogen one, they're now saying, well, it's going to be later than we even thought it was, and the first batch came out bad, so they're not even going to ship it. So they're saying because of that, if you were a pre-order person, they're going to send you an aluminum version for $1,200, but they're sending it to you for free. So you will have paid your $1,600. You'll get the titanium when it does come out, but meanwhile you'll also get an aluminum version that won't cost you.
Yeah, they were shipping them though, because I saw there's a boxer. I'm sure nobody follows him, but there's a boxer that was on Instagram and he had posted a video with his.
Okay.
So, I mean, they are shipping something out, but
well, obviously they think they're all bad.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't buy. I'm waiting to see MKBHD or somebody review it just so I can see how the camera is. But
thanks, Mike.
Because that's the hype around the phone is the camera. Oh, Mike is on the iPhone.
he just gave me some money. That's Mike's right. It's $4.99. That's right. Yeah. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, because I learned that from Ms. Louise. What's her name?
They take the penny from you.
I forgot the latest name. I feel terrible. What's her name? She was the first one that donated to me, and I saw that they take the penny away from me.
Mike's autocorrect.
Ms. Lisa.
Mike's autocorrect is on because the super chat is wide out and it's not wide open.
I thought he meant wide out. I assume. know.
Oh
He's
man.
probably thinking football, thought of a white
Yeah, he was thinking of a football play.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
man. What
okay.
else we got?
Next thing I had was eBay. I didn't even know eBay sold phones, you know, under their own plan, but now they're saying, wait,
I
the
thought what they were
eBay is
trying to
now
do was
offering,
if you bought a phone, you could add their plan to it. I
yeah,
thought that was
well,
like
they said they now offer a prepaid plan with Red Pocket Mobile, never heard of them, when you buy a smartphone. The plan started, they don't sound so good to me, but the plan started $5 a month and range from 500 megabytes to 5 gigabytes of LTE speeds each month. That doesn't sound so good to me, but that's just me.
But wait,
Let me get
is that
down.
the company that Mike used? Remember Mike used a red something?
Mike, type it. Let us know in the comments. Is that the company that you use? What did I do with it? Oh, Red Pocket Mobile. Yeah,
I think he used them. I swear he told me he used somebody, read somebody for a
I
little
could have
bit.
swore I never heard
And
of
he
them.
said it was
But,
terrible. Thought it was him.
oh,
I thought he
really?
said yeah, I think he said the service wasn't no good. But that's kind of like, from what I'm understanding, I guess that's what Swapper kind of does too. Because when you buy their phones, they try to get you to buy a
Oh, I
SIM
didn't know
card
that.
for Ting or somebody.
Oh, that's right. They do. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Mike said they sucked. Yeah, he did
Okay.
use them.
Okay.
He did use them for a little bit. I remember that because it
At
was
least
he
we're
had a rough
getting.
time even setting it up.
Yeah. Okay. So at least we're getting the truth, which is a good thing. Yeah, I was trying to see.
They lost my number.
Really?
They lost
Wow.
the number, no
He
support.
lost his number. Wow. It says when you buy a smartphone on eBay, you now see a checkbox underneath that says the Add to Cart button. The checkbox nets you 30 days of unlimited talk and text along with 5 gigabytes of LTE for $29. Alternatively, you can upgrade to one of 4 360 plans: Basic, Essentials, Best Value, and Unlimited. $60 plan, 100 minutes, 100 text messages, and 500 megabytes of LTE. That sounds like a terrible deal to me. The
Yeah.
$99 Essentials features the same amount of monthly data, but includes 500 minutes and 500 messages. Still a terrible deal, I think. And the $199 best value plan, unlimited talks and texts. Well, I can get that on 4 phones for $50
Yeah.
less with T-Mobile. I mean, come on now.
You know,
Uh,
eBay must be getting a nice kickback for trying to.
if somebody's sucker enough to go for that plan, yeah.
I guess if
And
you're
then
just clicking around, you might click on accept or whatever, and not even.
yeah, the $249 unlimited plan throws in 2 gigabytes of LTE data. Come on now, who's that dumb?
Piggybacking.
I just can't imagine somebody paying that. Well, maybe the old lady who walked into the T-Mobile store a month ago, or the Verizon store, or whatever it was, a month ago that got suckered. Yeah.
Shallow said 3 weeks to activate. No refunds.
Yeah,
Piggybacking on
exactly.
Metro service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mike said he didn't even get no service when he tried to use them. Yeah.
And DJ is saying that network is piggybacking on Metro PCS.
PCS, PCP.
Yeah. Well, he typed PCP the first time,
Metro PCP. You got to be on PCP to try that network, I guess.
Well, that's what you call serious trip. Yeah.
Metro PCP.
Back to the 70s with some of my friends in the rock bands, man.
Oh God. Oh man. Yeah, you know.
That's right. Now that's right. It's not T-Mobile. Now it's
Yes.
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile bought them, right?
Yes, they did. Well, I think T-Mobile had them, but they rebranded them. That's what they did.
Oh, okay. You know. What's going on with the Sprint thing, George? Nothing?
Nothing. The last thing I saw a blurb about it yesterday, I think, and all it said was that T-Mobile and Sprint are still trying to merge, but the Congress has kind of put them on hold. So it tells you absolutely nothing is happening because the politicians aren't gonna. And I said about a month in, I didn't think this deal was going to go through.
Well, I knew
The politicians don't want it to go through, so they're not going to let it go through.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a way, I guess it's good though, because it's kind of killing the competition. But Sprint's gonna die anyway.
Sprint's going to get killed, period. At some
Yeah,
point.
Sprint's gonna be gone anyway.
So yeah, and I'd like
Wow.
to see. Go ahead. What do you wow?
Because the G7 thank you for T-Mobile is $365 on Swapper.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good price.
Dang, $365. I guess they're getting ready for the V40.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Mike, did Adam ever get the SIM card?
Oh, that's right. He had the SIM card problem. Yeah.
He ever get the SIM card replaced or whatever he was trying to do?
And I think the T-Mobile, the V30 sold pretty good. I thought. I love that phone. I still have it right here.
The V30.
Yeah, I love that phone. But since I started getting Android One phones, like the Xiaomi Mi A2, and I have the Nokia 6, I love Android One phones. I mean,
you just want so what do you mean the stock?
I like the stock. Now, of course, none of my 3 Android One phones have yet to get Pi. So I'm like, okay, isn't it time for them to get it done? And isn't that why they're Android One phones? But for
I'm about to say, isn't that the appeal of the phone is supposed to be able to get the updates? Look, OnePlus pushed out the update.
Exactly. So that's why I keep checking all the time. So I keep checking my A2 and I keep checking on my Nokia 6.1 and not yet. I checked 2 days ago.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I would think it would have to be soon. Otherwise, why have an Android One phone?
Yeah, because that's taking away the appeal of the phone.
But I do love both of the phones and the original one I had, which was the A1. So
yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised they're taking that long.
Munchie said Nokia pushed Pi for Nokia 7 today. That's right, and I saw that article, and I meant to come home, but I got busy with this stuff to check my Nokia 6.1. But I'll check it afterwards. If it's there, you can bet I'll be posting.
Now, Mike, all you got to do is take that phone and get a battery in that iPhone, and he'll be good to go.
Wait, the SIM card is coming from Europe?
The SIM card's tray.
Okay.
I don't know. That's LG for you.
That's weird.
2-year warranty, but they don't cover the SIM card tray.
Yeah. And why from Europe? You can't get a SIM card in America? That's just weird to me.
That's the.
But I'm an old man. What do I know?
That's crazy.
It does seem crazy to me. And what's it going to take as long as it takes to get something from China? Yeah,
it's got to probably go through customs and everything else. One envelope to go.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I've seen phones coming from China that sat in customs for 3 days sometimes.
Yeah. My friend who ordered the iPhone, his iPhone came from China.
Yeah. Mike is asking me if you got Pi on the OnePlus 6.
Yeah, Mike. Even the OnePlus was cheap on eBay. With that coupon, you could get it for $4 something. The OnePlus 6, it was like $447 or $450.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. DJ says the Android One program is a big scam as far as I'm concerned. I had the Xiaomi Mi A1 and the update reminded me of the LG G6. Now I disagree with you there, because for the year that I had the A1, which I still have over there, I thought the updates were just fine, but it seems to me with the A2 they're not quite as quick and forthcoming. I could be wrong, but that's we're using my memory, but it seemed to me the A1 got Oreo quicker than the A2 was getting Pi. So I think we're through our stories and we're almost.
Yeah, we got everything. So what do we got, George? You're going to be in an XR in a couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Mike, you hear that, right? George is going to get the XR, so we got to get the group FaceTime.
I'm trying to cure myself for saying
we got to get the group FaceTime going.
That's true.
As soon as Apple pushes the update out.
Now, keep in mind, it's just possible that I'll end up getting the 10R. No, because I'll order it on the 17th. That's the first day I can order it, and I think they're saying the ship date will be the
Shallow said
26th.
no. Shallow said, "Don't do it, George."
That's what I'm doing.
That screen, right, Shallow? I don't know. George don't care.
No, I don't care. All I want to get is into the ecosystem
So you can.
because Will talk me into it.
We're not gonna talk about this no more, George. Or you can go get an iPhone 10. George, I can get you an iPhone 10 for so cheap. Mint condition, 256.
No, I heard you say so cheap. I did not hear you say a price.
For cheaper, it'll be cheaper. Well, it's cheaper than the XR. I can probably get it for you for $600. I know somebody's selling it. Space Gray.
But I won't have the A12 chip, will I?
Oh, George, it don't matter about the A12. You're not gonna know the difference.
It may matter to me.
George, it's not gonna matter. The iPhone 10 with the A11 is gonna work for the next 5 years. And I might even be able to get him to throw in the watch, George. Oh, man.
You just tell me get the Pixel 3. No, I'm not spending Pixel 3 money. If I was going to do that, I'd buy the 10S right now.
But, George, you can get the Pixel 3, the smaller one, probably for the same price you about to buy the XR. But anyway.
But you're the one who says I need to be on Apple, right?
You do. You should try it, but you should get this 10.
Don't think I'm going to go get a Pixel 3 and then go buy an iPhone 2. Because that ain't happening.
Listen. I'm gonna ask them and see if I can get you the 10 and the watch. If I can get you the 10 and the watch Series 3 for $750, would you do it?
I'd have to think about it.
I'm gonna ask them.
I don't need the watch.
George, the iPhone.
I have 2 fitness trackers and 3 Android Wear watches.
The iPhone 10 and the watch for $750. I'm gonna ask.
But the watch doesn't attract me.
George, you might as well get the whole everything.
I don't want the whole. Well, then buy me an iPad. You want me to have?
Oh man,
George, get me an iPad.
George, get the watch, and George. Listen, you get the watch and the thing. I can put you on my activity thing, so you could share your activity. Come on, George. I
share my Versa activity with Tony in Cleveland, and I don't. Why?
Listen,
because
look.
Why? Because I have my own gym right there. And the reason I have my own gym right there is because I don't need to exercise with anybody else. I never want to exercise with anybody else.
George, $750 and for the watch too. I'm gonna talk to him and see what he says.
I don't need the watch.
Okay, I'll just try for $600 for the phone. You crazy. Mike, you want the watch? I'll try to get you the watch, Mike. George don't know what he's missing.
You get me the phone for $600, I'll get the phone.
All right.
Give me a justification for owning an Apple Watch.
Because the same reason Jay Will went and got the AirPods, so you can be so you can get the whole experience.
That's no justification at all for me. I'm not buying everything just to have everything.
But George,
that ain't happening.
George, you about to spend $750 just to have a lesser screen, one camera. If you can get both cameras and the watch for the same price that you're about to pay, plus you're not gonna pay tax.
Get me the phone. Forget the watch. And I said, give me a justification for the watch. You can't.
George, I can give it to you though. The same reason what do you use your Android watches for?
I wear them when I go riding and sometimes when I exercise. Now, here's the question. You're talking to somebody who's been exercising for 37 years. When I use the exercise things on my watches, do I need them? No. Do I depend on them? No. I've been doing this for 37 years. I'm a freaking expert. I don't need watches to tell me anything.
No, wait, George, what do you use the watch for then?
I sometimes see what my steps are tracking, but I don't use the heart rate. My heart is always
George, you're gonna have the same features. Listen, George, you're gonna have the same features. You'll have the heart rate thing, the steps. You'll be able to use iMessage. You'll be able to open up the apps and pay and all that. The same thing.
But I can do that with my phone.
But the same. So why do you have an Android watch? You got a whole bunch of them.
I have 3 of them.
It's the same. It's the same. George, it's the same
And
thing, but
they
the watch,
cost
George,
less than Apple
George. But
Watches.
listen, the price you about to pay for one phone, you're gonna get the watch and the phone. You can't
I
beat
don't
that.
want the
And
watch.
it's a Nike edition. You can't beat that, George.
I don't want the watch.
You can't beat that.
Most people use this stuff because it helps them with their health.
George, but
I'm
listen. So
73
George,
years old.
George,
All my
wait,
exams say
George,
my health is perfect
okay,
all
George,
the
wait,
time. I don't
George,
need a
hold on, hold on,
watch.
hold on. George, all right, explain to me your justification for getting the series, the what's it called, the A12 chip. What's your justification for the A12 chip and
It's faster.
a lower resolution screen and one
It's
camera
faster.
versus getting two cameras, a higher resolution screen, and the watch for
I
the
don't
same
know.
experience. The same experience.
I don't
There's not
know.
one app different on that phone, and you
I
about to
don't
pay
know, but I'm
750
guessing the
plus.
camera
What's
on
your
10R is
tax?
going to be better than the 10.
What's your tax? No, it ain't because you ain't got no Zoom. What's your tax on
I
there?
don't need Zoom.
What's your tax, George? George, what's your tax rate? You gonna pay 8 something for that for one phone?
We'll see.
You crazy, George?
We'll see. I
You
said,
crazy.
get me the iPhone 10 for $600. Forget the watch. I'm not getting the watch. Munchie saying, what am I going to do with a 10, 15%? Munchie, I just like the idea that it is.
He don't
But,
know.
it's in my head.
He don't know. Apple got him already.
I said it's in my head. I admitted that.
Yeah, George, it's in your head that it's the same. There's no new apps or nothing's gonna take advantage of that chip. And next year they're gonna have a whole new chip.
But you're saying it to me like I'm like you guys, but I'm not. I'm a newbie. I've only had one Apple phone ever, and that was over 2.5 years ago.
So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the better deal. But I'll try to get you just the phone. I'm gonna text them right now. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get you just the phone for 600. I'm gonna try to do it.
You let me know, and you better take a credit card.
But the Munchie, it's not even that much faster. Is they even said they were like the battery life is gonna be. Well, I don't even know about the XR, but
we don't know.
Battery life is a little bit better. That's it.
Yeah, well, even Jay Will said on the S Max that the battery life is better.
Yeah, but he's got the big one, and it's like an hour.
I said on the Max.
It's an hour better. That's nothing.
What you saying? Not on the phone. He can rent it Need for Speed. Not on the phone. Get a muscle car, George. I've had a car that would do 140. You know what I did with it? I drove up and down the Jersey Turnpike doing 140 all the time. I finally sold the car because that was not going to stop.
Too many tickets, huh, George?
No, actually, cops have always pretty much given me a break, so I got very few tickets for driving 140 all the time. I think the whole year I had that car, I got 3 tickets, and I should have gotten at least 20.
George, what you got? Let me see. I'm gonna ask him. You'll be able to pay what through PayPal?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to get it for you. Yeah, he said yeah, he'll do it for 600. There you go, George.
But then I don't get the XR.
George, let me know.
I'll let you know by this time next week.
All right. If he don't sell it, that's a steal, George.
I'll let you know. Of course, it's not going to hurt me if I end up getting the 10R.
It won't, but that's $150 for nothing.
I said it's not for nothing.
For the extra chip, the Apple's telling you about.
Munchie's saying send them cops to Florida. Munchie, you have to understand, I am the exception here. My entire life since I was 17 and I started driving, for whatever reason, cops have always been nice to me, and 90% of the time they let me go. I don't know why.
George, he said he'll overnight it to you.
I said I'll let you know next week. It's something I have to think over.
All right. Well, yeah, let me know. But yeah, 256 man.
Let me finish telling Munchie my story. Munchie, the last ticket I got in that Porsche, that was which Porsche was it? I forgot. This was in 1986. I was coming up in Jersey. Do you know where Route 130 is, Will?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a 2-lane each side blacktop, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was driving up that from what town just north of Trenton, my buddy's house. It's at night. I'm doing 130 miles an hour on a 55-mile-an-hour road. Okay. Luckily, I had my girlfriend with me, who was drop dead gorgeous. Well, the next thing I know, there's a cop car behind me. He nailed me at 105 in a 55. I get pulled over. There's 5 cop cars around me. I had never had 5 cop cars around me in my life. Okay.
You thought you were getting an escort, huh?
But luckily for me, the guy who comes up to me is a young guy in his 20s. And he comes up to me yelling, says, "Do you know I had to drive 105 to catch you? Why were you driving so fast?" I just said, I was showing off for her. And he looks in and his face was like, oh, I can understand that. Well, so what does he do? He drops my ticket to 84 miles an hour so I wouldn't get suspended. This is the kind of stuff cops have always done to me. But I got rid of that car a month later because while he's writing that ticket, I'm thinking, I need to get rid of this car because I can't stop. A month later, I got rid of the car. 2 weeks later, I got a ticket on my brand new Sunbird. That's when I got cured of speeding. So I don't speed anymore.
Just like Mike said, the roads around here now is all potholes, man. Your car be all tore up.
You haven't driven in Tennessee, brother. These roads are worse than Jersey roads.
Yeah, man.
You can imagine it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're done. Hey, we're in Team 100 time now.
Yep, Team 100 just came on Forbes channel.
All right, started. Folks, run over and see Team 100. They always put on a great stream. We want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Thanks for the donations. And even if Mike can't spell,
the super chat was wide out.
That's right. You know, I guess I'm going on a football team. I'll be a wideout. I'll be the slowest wideout in the NFL.
God.
Thanks for watching. Remember, you can find my articles at mobilegears.wordpress.com. You'll find me at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. Will, tell them about you.
I'm on here on what's my channel, George? Called the Will channel?
No. It's called Will.
Nah, it's called Will. We'll be back next week. Will be regular time, right, George? I don't got
right. And next week we'll be on Will channel.
Yep.
Next week we're back at regular time, 8 p.m. and Will be in charge, and I'll be following his orders.
Yeah. Next week, let me see. Next week? We'll have LG story, right?
Yeah, LG will be out. Everything has been announced already. That's right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Go watch Team 100. You'll enjoy them. Trust me.
Yeah. All right, George.
All right.
George, I just sent you some pictures of that phone.
All right.
All right.
Good night, all.
George.